So, my friends, first thing you see as you wake up on the sticky wet floor of some sort of a weird laboratory with this filled with these huge glass slabs, vats. You're lying naked on the floor where this vat opened and your body falling out. And you wake up pulling out these IV tubes out of your mouth and out of your body. You turn around and you see several other pods with other naked people floating gently in some kind of sticky greenish liquid. In the same time, you, Theodophilus, wake up lying in the same lab on some sort of a bed or a couch. Your body's connected to some IV tubes inserted into your veins of your head, of your hands. You look at yourself, you're full of dust. As countless eons or hundreds of years have passed, you're filled with cobwebs, dust. Your beard is huge. Your hair is huge. You barely can see anything as you brush the cobwebs from your eyes. Both of you look around in a complete shock. You don't remember anything. You don't remember who you are. You don't remember what you are. You don't remember where you are. You know nothing. Only thing you know is what you hear and what you see. And that is so sound of strong alarm blaring through the speaker systems, saying danger, 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 and the red lights flashing on and off in this half dark dim room. What do you do?
Probably the first thing is just going to sit up, brush off those cobwebs, take the hair and just kind of like pull it all back and just kind of like do a real quick, simple little knot to keep it all back there instead of falling straight in front of me. So I believe I'm seeing the room that you described before, all the tubes and stuff. Is there anyone else moving?
Yes, you see one other person kind of lying on the floor inside of this greenish muck that just kind of spilled to the floor and is now draining through some kind of drainage grates on the floor. He's also in the process of pulling out these IVs from his body.
I'll just sort of like raise up an arm over to him, just go, hey.
You struggle to speak because your throat is parched. You just, as you started to speak, you suddenly feel like that you didn't drink for what is only amount to hundreds of years. Your throat is dry piece of paper. Instead of hi, he's just hearing like ah as you cough in pain. Arlas, how do you react to this?
probably going through the coughing, patting my chest, and trying to like breathe deeply for a little bit. That alarm's still going on, isn't it?
There is alarm going on. You don't know what is happening. You barely understand it, but it's not that you forgot everything. Your
Hmm.
basic knowledge is still there. You just have no idea where you are. You don't know why this other guy just came out of a vat while you were lying on a bed next to it.
I
I
think
mean,
you've
not
got us
next.
backwards.
Uh, no,
No,
Hmm?
I
because Arliss is the guy. Griff is
Yeah.
playing Arliss. Arliss, I thought you said came out of a vat, and that
yeah.
Theo
So
was on a couch or something.
Theo Theo was on the couch and Arlas was on the vat.
Yeah, so you're
Ah,
describing.
okay. So I'm standing up from the vat goop then.
Yeah, yeah, like whoever is like the immortal guy was on the couch and the normal guy was in the vat. So take this. Take this small correction.
All right. So Theo is like in the middle of coughing, and Arliss is standing up from the goop and trying to just sort of swipe a little bit of it off of himself.
That's right. So so Arlas, right, the one that came from the goo,
Hmm.
you're completely naked. Your
Okay.
hair is shaven completely. Your whole body is shaven. I mean, look, like you don't have no beard or anything. Your hair is shaven. You probably have no hair at all. Like even if you had it, it would be like dissolved in this water or this goo. You had this thing in your mouth, like this huge tube that kind of disconnected itself as you came out, and you're now like probably puking some kind of liquid that you were breathing instead of air.
I suppose once I get done puking it all out, recovering, uh, does it look like there's so the alarm's going off? Is there any kind of like obvious like display screen or anything around, or
Uh,
console, or important looking table?
yeah, yeah. There is one console there to the side, next to one of the other vats.
Hmm. Okay. I bet this probably controls the vats then. Uh, was everyone else being drained away, you said, or
No, just you.
okay. Hmm. I'm pretty sure I don't have a skill for actually understanding what these buttons do.
So you approach the console.
Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, that was my general question. Like, I probably don't understand what I'm looking at if I go over to one.
Oh, you don't pretty much you don't understand anything right now. So you
Okay.
can just as well look at it. You
So,
approach it, but it has no buttons on it. It just have one screen.
hmm. Okay. So I'll go over to the table then.
Okay.
And maybe I'll help Theo stand up.
Okay, Theo is coughing and he's holding his throat. He's actually almost choking.
Well, I assume I'm just
He's
pulling tubes out of myself.
yeah, you pulling the
Or, what do
tubes,
you
but
call them, like EKG little tabs? You mean like those kind of things?
no, actually IV tubes that were feeding you nutrients while you were asleep.
Alright, so I'm like any guy that's waking up from a horror movie. Any of those movies where you wake up in the hospital 3 months after the event?
Yeah, quite likely also EKG. You know, like what you're saying, you're quite right.
Yeah, I mean, sore throat notwithstanding, probably, stretch, yawn.
You your
Hold
whole
on
body
1 second though,
hurts horribly.
not to interrupt your flow. Arkloid is down. You want to help? Pause for a moment, help him make a character, introduce him into this world as well while we're here.
Yeah, we can do that.
All
Sure,
right,
why not?
give me 1 sec to add him into the channel, so that we'll have at least a 3-man party.
Yeah, great. Why not? We just invite him, send him invite.
All right, and we tell him he's in. Yeah, his main concern was about not knowing the lore, and I'm like, well, we're starting off with no memories, and I don't think the lore is gonna be a problem.
There is no lore.
Right.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey. So, as I'm saying, there is no lore. The game is called the New Aeon. It's like whatever anybody knows about Numenera, it's probably not true. Everything changed. Nothing is the same. Nobody knows anything. And your
I'll fit right in.
characters, they don't know nothing. You start with no equipment, nothing, no memories. You only know how to speak. That's all you know. So, you have the books?
I have the core book and Discovery.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's great. So what you're going to need is discovery. You basically only need discovery. That's what you need. That's what you need. So, Arclord. So I'm going to give you a character. Okay. So you have a character now. So basically, yeah, just you start first level. Just choose like type, descriptor, and focus, and we're going to help you like with whatever. So you can be glaive. This is like look first best at the type, right?
All right, let me get the book open.
So basically, you can be glaive, or you can be nano. Like glaive is kind of a warrior, right? Nano is kind of a magic user or technology wizard, so to say, and Jack is kind of a rogue character, like Jack of all trades. So I think we have Nano, right?
I don't think so.
Theory. So wait, what are you?
I'm a Jack.
You're Jack. Okay, so we have, yeah, like we basically have two Jacks. So
Do we? I thought Griff was a delve. I was.
he's a delve, but the delve is like kind of a Jack. That's like almost the same. Like Jack would be like more a bard.
Quit jacking me around, man.
Yeah, and delve is like really a rogue. really like dungeon delver. And yeah, so I think you could be like either glaive or nano.
A glaive sounds just more straightforward, so I might just pick that.
Nothing is straightforward in Numenera. Like everything is like weird. I think you like as glaive you just like more going towards like physical things, well as nano you are like more like using power of mind.
No, I'll go against type and try and nano.
You want to be a nano? Okay, good choice. So okay, so let's just go back on that. So you said you want to be nano, then you have like you have a descriptor. So descriptor is like kind of what it gives you. It gives you like some few points to your pool or something, not that much. But you can be charming, clever, graceful, intelligent, learned, mystical, mechanical, rugged, stealthy, strong-willed, swift, tough. It kind of gives you few points and few skill points, nothing more. It's like kind of like a background in D&D.
Let's see, I found the list of them.
Yeah. So like if you're intelligent, you have like +2 to your intellect, and you have like one skill.
I think I'll take clever.
Okay, clever. Okay, so clever, just write it down somewhere. You have +2 to your intellect pool that you will add later. Okay, skill. You're trained in all interactions involving lies and trickery. So you can add this to your skills. Where are the skills? I will add here lies and trickery. Lies and trickery. You're trained in defense rules to resist mental effects. You're trained in all tasks involving identifying or assessing danger. That is exactly the descriptor that I use usually. Actually, it's quite good. So, identifying or assessing danger, lies, function, or power. Okay. Oh, but you're hindered. So it says any task involving lore, knowledge, or understanding is hindered. So you're not much of a scholar. So I don't know where to write it down. I will just write it.
I'm putting all this in the background right now.
Yeah,
Until
I will. I just put it to background here for you. Okay. That's it. That's all you need. Now, let's just go for a focus already. So focus is really something that you need to like think about. That's like most of your powers really come from this. So you have bears hello fire, commands mental powers, controls beast, controls gravity, crafts illusions, employs magnetism, entertains, exists partially out of phase, explores dark faces, fights with panache, focuses mind over matter. That's like telekinesis guy. That's quite good. House of the Moon, it's like some lycanthrope, hunts for hunter, lives in the wilderness, not good for you, master's defense, master's weaponry, murderers, it's kind of assassin rages, it's like kind of a barbarian, rides the lightning, could be good for you if you want to be like kind of a lightning god. Speaks with silver tongue, it's like bard thing. Talks to machines. Yeah, I don't know. Wears Sheen of Ice. It's kind of an ice mage, probably. Works back alleys. Not good. Works miracles. It's kind of like healing touch. I see. You like, yeah, works miracles. It's like a healer. If you want to be a healer. So crafts illusions could be cool as well. Employs magnetism is kind of cool. Move metal. There was one that is mind over matter that's like super powerful. As I remember.
I think I'll go for employs magnetism.
That's good. Okay, great. Employs magnetism, very good. So you just get like the first one, like you get what you get. Okay, so you have like all these connections and stuff. We don't, it's not important. So you have like tier 1 move metal, 1 intellect point. That's it, that's your power that you get, okay?
Okay.
So with 1 intellect point you can exert the force on metal objects and that and that and that. You can add this to your character sheet. But like now let's go back to your type, which is nano, right? Okay.
Yes.
So as nano, let's see. Mhm. Okay, so your stat points is 7, 9, 12. 7, 9, and 12. And then you get 6 additional points to divide among your stat pools however you wish. And since you got 2 from clever, or was it 2 to intellect?
It was 2 intellect.
Okay, so you get like 14 to intellect. Okay, great. And you get 6 additional points, okay? So think about it. I'm going to put your effort to 1. Tier 1. Your edge is speed. No, your edge is, I think, intellect, right? Edge is intellect. And yeah, you mostly ready to go. Ah, no, you have to choose the things. You're trained in understanding Numenera, which is quite important in this game. You can use light weapons. You have inability with medium and heavy weapons. I'll add this to your background. So it means you're really hindered when you're using medium and heavy weapons. Okay, so here it goes. Let's see just what you choose. Choose two esoteries described below. Okay, so here this is what you need to choose: hedge magic, onslaught. I think mostly you almost need to choose onslaught because this is like your default attack.
Where would that be in the book so I can take a look at it?
It's page 40. It's page 40. You need to choose two of those skills. So
The-
hedge magic, onslaught, push, scan, or ward. So two of those. And I'm already telling you like onslaught is like it's mostly it's like your attack because you're useless with any other weapon. So this is like your bread and butter.
Alright, I will pick Onslaught.
Because you attack people with bread and butter.
That's it. That's it. It's like you throw bread and butter at people.
Hopefully the butter has rocks in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your catchphrase now. You've been bread and buttered.
Just also look at what you chose with your what we said you chose controls gravity, right?
Magnetism.
Magnetism, right? Let me just see. Employs magnetism. Tier 1, you can exert force on a metal object. Yeah, because that's metal object, so you need also something that is not for metal object. Yeah, but you can like move the metal things. You're like Magneto. Yeah, that's quite cool.
Are you just now understanding the gifs that I've been posting?
Yeah. I was looking at it because
Okay,
I'm looking at the descriptions of the skills.
does this go under special abilities, the Onslaught?
Sorry, what?
I'm looking for where to put Onslaught on my sheet.
Okay. Special abilities. Just click add and add onslaught.
I mean, I put everything on mine in just backgrounds, because it's all just notes. Since special
Yeah.
abilities doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, for Delve, it's like nano tiers. Yeah, onslaught, and you need to choose one more.
The other really good one is the one that gives you armor all the time.
I was just looking at that one too. Ward.
Yeah.
I think I'll pick that.
Yeah, cool. Sure thing.
I mean, there's a lot of other good niche ones, but since you start with nothing, and you already have a inbuilt attack,
Yeah, like
inbuilt armor is also good too.
Uh,
scan is also some people choose scan, but doesn't matter.
Well, if I can pick it up later, I will.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah, because
The
when you
ward
level up, you can pick something from the next tier, or you can pick something from the previous tier.
No, you can actually pick it up like really soon. Like you can add this as you have like this
Not if I kill him! No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
yeah, you have like this advancement. Like when you get like 4 XP, then you can like advance 1 time. Like you need to advance 4 times, and then you
Yeah.
can.
So really, you need to earn 16 XP.
Yeah. So you're mostly done. I think. Like it seems like
All
we
right.
covered everything, right? Ah, the cipher limit, right? Cipher limit. What is your cipher limit? 3 ciphers. Great. Great. Great.
Oh, I still have to distribute my 6 points.
Ah, yeah, distribute your 6 points and then we are done.
Sorry, I may have been too busy looking up Magneto gifts. Did you already also assign your edge?
He gets intellect edge. That's
Right.
it.
Okay. I didn't hear it, but again, I was looking up Magneto gifts, so
Yeah.
just trying to make sure nothing was missed.
Yeah, for sure. In Magneto gifts. Like, oh shit, there was another Magneto gift online that I forgot. But basically, like when you high level, you actually really become like Magneto.
I'm thinking of distributing 2 points to might, speed, and intellect, just to even myself that way.
So speed is basically your armor class. Like every time something attacks you, you will use speed. Might, like everything something damages you, it goes first to might. Like it will damage your might, like at first. So like it's your hit points more or less. But speed is important like for dodging and basically staying alive.
And I might change my idea then. I'll go 3 for speed. No, 2 for speed, 3 for speed, 2 for might, 1 for it.
I got a 3.
Yeah.
A 3 for speed.
Yep.
I mean, it's only if you choose to try and dodge everything.
Yeah, like
Well,
but
I've already got something that adds to my armor. I might as well make that even better.
Well, I mean, if you remember the last game that we played, I just built such a high armor class that I just took everything. My last level 1 character was walking around with 5 armor.
yeah, great. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. So you can look for a character portrait or something where we can just start
All right.
and you can choose it later.
It usually takes me about 5 minutes to make a token once I've found a picture I like.
Yeah, you don't need to make token right now. We can just start and you can like look.
And we've gone silent.
Sorry.
Yep, I'm just waiting for the introduction there.
No, just tell me when you're ready. If you want. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. So, should we start?
I'm gonna need a name real quick. Actually, one moment. Going to switch to a tab that's closer to where I usually keep my Roll20 tabs when I'm playing.
Yeah.
Right? And I need a name. What kind of culture would it be best to pick a name for?
Anything you can think of, cause like this is like any culture and anything we know was turned to atoms and dust, stardust, like so far gone. Like Numenera is happening like at least like 5 billion years in the future. Or maybe even more, and maybe it's not even Earth. So it can be basically anything. I kind of like when I think of it, I think like Dune stuff. I think it's like suitable. Or anything like completely weird. So like names like John or Jack or Jonathan or like whatever are not likely. But then again, like I don't know where your characters are coming from. Like maybe nobody knows how long your characters have been in this place. So maybe your character is John.
Well, I might as well reuse the name I've used before. Call him Joseph.
Joser. Okay, so you're ready, Joser?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's start again. So Theophilus, you are lying at your bed or like sitting at your on your bed and removing this IV tubes from your body. Arlas, you just approach this console and you're looking at this screen, not knowing basically what it shows. And as you're doing this, suddenly another pod opens and another body drops on the floor as this goo drains from the vat. So, Joser, what basically happens for you, you drop to the cold floor as this sticky goo drains all over you. You're connected with too many tubes on your body and in your mouth as the tube that was connected to your mouth falls out and you start puking all this liquid from your mouth and gasping from air that maybe you breathe for the first time in who knows how long. You have no hair on your body. You're completely shaven. You're completely naked and draining. You're looking at this green goo that is draining from you and from this vat that you were in into this drainage like uh, pipes. You look around you. You have no recollection who you are, what you are, where you are. You know nothing, and you see around you this place, this room with many more vats like this that are closed, and this other people silently floating inside. And looking around, you see two other people. One is completely naked, just as you, shaven, no hair on his body or anything, standing next to a console. And on the other side of the room, you see a man with a long hair, a long beard, completely dusty, like he was forgotten in some old warehouse, full of cobwebs, sitting on some dusty old bed, wearing what is probably some kind of robes that already are kind of decomposing from how old they are, and coughing. Around you, you hear this very strong sound of alarm, this beeping, and the sound is coming and the voice is saying, "Alarm, alarm, alarm, danger, danger, alarm." And there are red lights blaring all around you. And this is where we start. Again.
All right. Arliss is probably going to look to the dusty person and say, you can just nod or shake your head, right? Do you think you can get up and move? I think we probably ought to get out of here.
I'm gonna give you a confused look and say, "You can talk."
I'm not sure I can totally catch that. He should still hold off on that.
So you're completely parched, Theo. You feel thirsty like you never felt it before. You look at this goo draining on the floor, and you almost feel like you want to drink that or lick it from the floor or whatever, because you just need fluids.
Sure, fine, I'll drink that.
Well, he did pull out a bunch of IVs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Those have fluids in them.
Good call. Yeah, they're like with syringes, so you'll have to remove the syringe and maybe probably try to suck them out.
Or I'll just rip whatever, just rip them open and hold them
Yeah,
open.
I was about to say, like, if it were a modern design one, it would just be like whatever sort of metal syringe on the top, and that kind of just pops off like a cap.
Okay, cool. So you do
Obviously,
this.
it's not an IV bag because that would have been emptied a long
No,
time ago.
no, it's not an IV bag. It's like connected to some machine above.
Mhm.
So you do this. You rip this from this plastic-like tube. You rip the cap off, and a thick liquid starts flowing out of it. Do you drink it?
Well, Apparently.
Yeah, okay, so you start drinking this, it's salty, but not to the point that it's like too salty. It's not like a salt water, it's not like a seawater. It's just moderately salty and kind of viscous, thick. It does not like completely quench your thirst, but you feel much better. You can talk, and to the most part, you're not as thirsty as before.
Okay.
Who are you?
Hmm?
Who are
Oh.
you?
And he'll just look around for like a minute, scratch his chin a bit, and go, Arliss? Arliss, yeah, that sounds good.
And you?
Joser, I think.
So these names come back to you, but not much else. When they ask you for your names, you look back in your mind, and this is like almost all what you can recall.
Well, I imagine that my robes are being held together by a tiny golden clip.
Yeah, indeed, you're right. You guys, you see that his robes or whatever is that is, because it's ruined beyond any recognition of any resemblance to clothes or something, are held by this. Uh, can you describe it?
Yeah, it's a clip. It is a round end with two little metal prongs that extend to it, designed to hold clothing together. So it's just I mean, without naming it, because naming it gives it power. I mean, no, you just can't name it because it's
A zipper!
no,
It's
it's a
it's
clip.
it's a clip, and it's very antique in design.
It doesn't fit the design of the facility.
Yeah, it certainly does not fit the design of the facility. Although everything is foreign to you, you don't recognize nothing here, and
Of course.
especially you, not Theo. I think Joser and Arlas kind of have some kind of familiarity with these things, or at least when Arlas approached the panel of this display, he kind of recognized it, but he's not sure why or how. But you, Theo, you don't know nothing about this place. Like, it's completely foreign to you.
So I'm just completely Jon Snowed up in here.
I'll still look at you as if you might know what's going on and just kind of say, like, you know how to get the rest of them out of here? We all gotta leave, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna stretch, and I'm gonna get up. I'm going to crack my knuckles. Alright, let me see what we're looking at here. And this panel that he's looking at, is it covered in buttons?
No, there are no buttons, but what you see is the similar red kind of messages blaring on this panel. And what you can see is what represents like kind of a drawings that images that kind of resemble these vats, these pods, and some of them are displayed red, and something is written under them. The other ones are displayed green and blue.
But there's no interactivity on this panel.
You try to touch it, and there is interactivity. You kind of goes in kind of some menus, but you do not understand what they do.
Cool, I'm gonna start hitting things at random.
Okay.
While looking like I know what I'm doing.
So Arlas and Joser, Theo seems to know what he's doing.
Wow,
That's
you're really
good.
good at this.
Yeah, maybe I was probably in charge of this place.
So how long do you think it's going to take to get them all out?
5 minutes.
Joser,
Yes.
you look at you look at these other vats, and you see one, like at least one of them looks exactly like Arlas.
He'll do a double take, look between Arliss and the other, and the one in the vat, and back and forth.
You actually, there is like just you see there is few other vats, like I think 6 of them. 2 are now open, yours and Arlas's, and between 4 that remain, 2 of them are Arlas. The other 2 you don't recognize.
Excuse me, but what are you doing in there?
I'm out there. This guy's just in there.
But that looks just like you.
Yeah. I guess he's a brother or something.
So Arlas, you don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, Arliss is basically like just kind of like trying to fill in blanks here.
You look at what he's saying, like they look like you, but they don't look nothing like. You don't know. You just don't know. But then again, you look at the other 2 and they look just like Joser.
Definitely doesn't feel right to leave him here. Hey, how's that coming along?
Splendidly. Just a couple more minutes.
I'm guessing that there's no way he's gonna actually do anything here, right? Or is he gonna like make a check to try to get the other ones activated or whatever?
Okay, yeah, why not? Let's
Yeah.
do the check.
Curious to see what happens.
Okay, so this is going to be check of difficulty 8, intellect.
Alright, remind me, difficulty 8 represents a what number would I be shooting for?
24.
24, so impossible. So yeah, nothing's ever gonna happen. I know I could, but I could only reduce it down to a 7. So, not gonna happen. Not gonna make the roll. I'm just gonna keep pushing buttons for 5 minutes until nothing happens. And I'm just gonna slam my hands down and say, I'm sorry, guys. The system is just locked up tight.
So you hear something, like kind of a static going through this alarm. And it kind of interrupts the alarm, like as 2 audios are kind of crossing each other all the time, and you hear, please help me, woke, emergency,
I
sorry,
guess these guys here are safe. I should check out that one.
sensors damaged, help, great. And you hear this, but you can, it's like kind of interrupted, like in middle of this, like you just hear these words, they're kind of crossed with this alarm that kind of makes it inaudible, like these words. But it sounds like some woman is talking.
All right. Arliss will try heading in that direction. That might
There
lead to
is
like a
no
door now to the
direction.
lab, I suppose.
There is a big door there that you can open. Like at least you think you can open it. It's closed right now.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Okay, so you approach the door and it slides to the side like,
Fancy.
and it just shows another lab, just like the one you came from. And there are alarm going on through there as well. But this one looks a little bit darker, like some lights are not functioning properly.
I will go ahead and call out into it. Hello? I heard you in here. Are you okay?
You hear again like something saying, "Please help me. Woke. Emergency. Sorry. Sensors are damaged. Great help."
Is it coming from the grate or is it coming from the speakers?
It's coming from like what you can probably imagine that it's coming from the speakers. You cannot see the speakers though.
Right, but it's
Hmm.
definitely not coming from the grate.
No, it's not coming from the grate. So you look into this other room, Arlas, because I assume you're looking into the room, and
Right.
the room is not as lit as the one you are in right now, and you see like the lights are broken and flickering, and you see the vats, like other six vats there. Just two of them are illuminated.
Oh, interesting. What's inside of them? Anything?
Okay, so you approach these two other vats, and what you
Mhm.
see are two rotting bodies. But from
Oh.
the other ones, you see that they're broken. Like they're not opened like your ones were open, but they're smashed. Okay, roll me perception check. And I will tell you what is the difficulty. It's going to be difficulty 3. Intellect. Perception if you have.
Yep, I have it, so it goes down to 2. Let's do it.
Okay.
14,
Okay, so
success.
you succeed. You see a dark shape running through the room and going out through, like going behind one of the vats. You don't see it anymore. But this shape was not a humanoid shape. It's maybe the size of a very, very big dog. Like, not even bigger, like be the size of like a pig or something. You just heard you heard this kind of clinging legs on the floor. You know, like when the dog like has like this claws, you know, he like